Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I'd forgotten to put the mute button, so I was talking to myself for a bit. So let's see who's here. Aman is here. Hello, Aman. Yeah, I read your experience with that date of yours, and I'll get back to you in a second. And Blake is here. And who else do we have here? We have Aman, Blake, and Prathamesh. Prathamesh. Says, hello, sir. Hello there. Don't you guys forget the protocol, like just like Aman has done. 20 male India, gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. So if you haven't, please do. Blake, let me know age, gender, where you guys tuning in from. I mean, I can, it's just being politically correct, I guess, but just need to know because sometimes from the name I can't tell. Of course, I can tell from Blake Larson and Aman and so on, but sometimes the names are from different countries and I don't recognize. So I need to know, you know, specifics, if you will. So, in regards to Aman, your question, if she's being rude to you, what are you afraid of? Just say, listen, I don't think it's a great friendship here. Obviously, you're not as interested as I am, and that's fine. So please, if you want to be friend with me, you got to be respectful and kind and polite, just as I am. Otherwise, don't bother. Simple. Be polite, but be assertive, and that's the end of it. But you enduring it, you allowing her to treat you like that, and then you fussing about it, but you're not doing anything about it because you think, oh, something is better than nothing. No, if it's not giving you the, um, you know, a pleasant time when you spend with that friend, and if you explain it to her and she still doesn't respect it, then let her go. Obviously, she comes to you, even though she's rude to you, she comes back to you to have you around to make her feel good and confident. So she, when she's meeting somebody else, she will feel, oh, well, I have Aman always after me, so I feel confident. Take that away from her. Just make it clear that if you want to be friend with me, you got to adhere to certain standards. And that is the same standards that I follow and I offer. Respect, kindness, friendliness. That's it. You want to be rude to me, um, you're barking off the wrong tree. That's the end of it. Blake says, and let's see if Blake has told me how old he is. Blake, unless I've got that information. Oh, there it is. Blake, male, 22, Estonia. Oh, thank you for that. So good day, Mehran. Thank you so much for your knowledge, sir. You're quite welcome. And so let's see what your question is. Blake says, I'm most certainly not an expert, and I'm moving on from a breakup myself. Okay, are you talking to me or? Oh, you're talking to Aman. All right. Um, okay, so you don't have a question. Okay, my pleasure. Thank you for the kind words. And Pratamish says, I'm 22 from Georgia, Europe. Oh, Georgia. Pratamish. Gufane. Gufane. Is that your name? It's not a typical Georgian name, is it? Or is it? Who knows? Um, and so, what is your question, Parthamesh? You don't have a question. Ah, there it is. It says how to move on from ex-girlfriend when I have to see her every day in college and already move on with another boy, and they are both in my class and I have to see them every day. So don't you see other girls and other people in the class? Treat her just like one of the other people, because if she is not interested to be with you and you guys are no longer together, then you're only swimming in your memory about that you were with her in a relationship, but you're not in the present moment. So bring yourself to present moment, focus on the fact that you're in this classroom for a certain reason, and focus on the fact that you're not with her. Understand and accept that I'm not with her, and because she's not chosen me to continue the relationship with me, that disqualifies her, meaning I don't want to be with her. I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with me. Therefore, she's with somebody else. Okay, someday I'll be with somebody else. And if she's fine with it, why can't I be fine with it? You know, she doesn't hold the bag of all the opportunities in this world, in this life. She's just another human entity running after cleaning up her own nose and attending to her own needs and whatever it is that she does. So, what makes her so special that I have to be hung up on it? My life is over because she's chosen somebody else. Who gives a shit? Let her go. The good thing is, there's so many amazing women out there, amazing girls, especially in college. So you see them, you see them. You know, it's like there's a dog turd every time you want to enter the class. You say, "Ah, shit, that's there." But hey, it's there. What can I do? I accept that it can be there. Some dog pooed here. So what do you want to do? Every time you want to get the dog poo away so you can go to class? No, you just see it. You recognize it. You say, "Oh, that's shit. Okay, what the hell? I just go to my class, do my thing." Same thing. You see her, say, "Ah, she's here with her boyfriend." Okay, big fucking deal. I do my own thing, and time will change. And then you will go and finish that emotion eventually, and you will meet somebody else. So it's not the end of the world. There's so many things we don't want to see during the day. We do, and we endure it. And suddenly, this could be a pleasant thing. Oh, that's my girlfriend. I used to with her. Okay. So in other words, it's not a place of you being demeaned. It's actually that girl. Oh yeah, she used to be my girlfriend. That's it. So yeah, it didn't work out. Okay, that's part of life. No big deal. Move on. Her choosing somebody else doesn't make you less of a man that you are, and her choosing you doesn't make you more of a man that you are. It's just a personal taste, and she's have a different consciousness and different maybe expectations, and you have a different consciousness, different expectations. The consciousnesses did not meet as well as you would have hoped for. So naturally, you go on with your lives separate ways. No big deal. And you keep seeing it. You don't have to think, I have to not see her to move on. No, she's in this world. She has a life. Wish her well. And do your own thing. You don't have to put up a show to show her, oh, you missed someone so wonderful like me, and try to put up a show every time you're in class. Do your own thing. Don't give a shit. Live your life. Life is bigger than her or her choices. So that's it. That's how you deal with it. And we have Sid here. Says, hello, General. Sid, male 34, still in Estonia. Haven't gone back. Oh, all right. You're stuck there. Your old playground. Says, I have so much to share. I feel awesome meeting people here. Great. Healing. Not thinking of the person in Manchester. All right. But I'm becoming a bit impatient. For what? I meet girls, but I crave for love and I crave for a relationship at the moment. Something effing wrong with me in general. No, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have to learn to live like James Bond. You go to a new city, new villains, new angels, and you taste the sweet taste of this pleasant girl that you meet. You move on. That's it. You got to stop trying to turn impermanent to permanent. Suffering starts when you start expecting to turn impermanent to permanent. Enjoy the experiences that you go through. Do not try to turn joy into pleasure and then in turn into permanent. In other words, have a bite of the apple and say, wow, that's great. But I don't need to have apple every day. I'm just going to focus on this bite and enjoy it and think of it. This is all there is. That's it. A bite for me. Thank you. But when you take that bite and say, apple, great, another bite, good. I want to have an apple every day now. Now you're in fear of what if I don't have apple every day? You're trying to turn a impermanent, a one bite, a joy, an experience into continuous pleasure of it every day. That becomes a fear and anxiety source. Settle for what it is and don't expect more of that what it was tasty, and then let it be. If it happened to be more another apple another day, I'll take another bite. Great. But I'm not going to sit around and cry about why this cannot be every day. I don't want it to be every day. I want to see what every day has. If it turned out to be every day, well, that would be a choice between the apple and me. So the key to your dilemma is stop trying to make permanent out of impermanent. The whole venue of life is impermanent. We all are born, and at one point in time, naturally, having experienced certain things that we have to experience in life, we die. Well, we're not worried about, oh, I want that to be permanent. If it's not, I feel miserable all my life. You don't. You just think about the moments that you have and you try to fulfill those moments as best as you can. But when it comes to some kind of an apple or some experience or relationship or having been loved or being in a relationship, suddenly you want it to be constant all the time. You're trying to make a permanent situation in an impermanent whole experience of life. The whole thing that we are living in is impermanent, but you want permanent things in it, which is going to bring you anxiety, impatience, and all that. Understand that this is a world of impermanence, and I'll take and appreciate every little bit of the bite of the apples that I can get. And that's all there is to every bite. I don't want it to be more. If it's more, great, but I'm not going to sit and wait for it and therefore be impatient and have anxieties. I hope that helps you out. Aaron says, hey, Meran. Hello, Aaron. Guys, don't forget the protocol. Age, gender, where you're tuning in from. I don't remember. I know you guys been here, but I don't remember everyone exactly. And so on. And Old School says, 37 male, England. Says, hey, Meran, struggling to build self-esteem and self-worth. Self-worth? Look, man, when you were born, that was the self-worth. That's it. You don't have to prove anything. You're worthy. 30 million sperms when your mom and dad were being funny. Maybe it wasn't funny. I don't know. We're being, close. Out of this 30 million, you were the chosen one. You beat them all. So tell me, should you be worried about being worthy or the other 29,999,000 sperms that were wasted? They're not worthy. The worthy one passed through. You got the card to enter this playground. So there's nothing for you to prove that you're worthy. You're already worthy. By being born, you're worthy. That's it. That chapter is closed. No worries there. Self-esteem, endow yourself with knowledge, with something that you love, something that you like, you enjoy, and be a good person the best you can be. That's the self-esteem. Where do you think the others get it? You think they're born with the package of self-esteem? Hey, sir, this is your package? Yes, thank you. No, nobody has anything. You think others have, such self-esteem. They don't. Why? Because you don't know what's in their psyche. Same kind of shit that runs through yours is running through theirs. But because you don't see inside them and they look their smile and nice clothes and all that, you think, they've got it all figured out. Nobody has it figured out. None of them. Even these fucking politicians all around that are fucking up the world today, they don't have shit going for them. Just bunch of retards making faces and pretending they're important and they know things. But they're after their own pockets and their own, fraudulent behavior and illegal behavior and misuse of power and all that shit. You know the rest of it. So self-esteem is by being an honest man, righteous, kind, balanced. Do your best. That's all. That's all. Nobody has anything over you. You think they do because you think, I have to be this before I can be worthy. I have to be that. I have to be better than that person. And I have to have more than that person. I have to be liked with this, so many women and all that criteria. No, I'm here and I'm doing my best in what I like to do, what I like to pay attention to. That's it. That's self-esteem. That's the source of your self-esteem. I like something. I want to learn about it. I'll go get it. But you want the conclusion. You want something already happened to give you self-esteem so you can say, no, self-esteem comes from all these efforts that you make through life. Every effort that you make, whether you succeed or not, gives you self-esteem. So you think self-esteem comes only when you succeed in something or build something or accomplish something. No, it comes from effort. You make the effort, the self-esteem comes to you. I guarantee it. You just make the effort. I don't care how good a soccer player you are, just go on the pitch and kick the ball and try to listen to the coach and see what the rules are. That's all. That's all. Before you know it, you're a great player. Self-esteem comes to you from effort, nothing else. Just make effort. Whether you do it good or bad, doesn't matter. That gives you self-esteem. All right. Let's go to... Sid says, I get these women, these nice women, they're awesome, but somehow I don't know if I'm being picky. None of them seem like suitable mate. Because you're looking for a mate. I said, don't stop looking for mate. Stop looking for a love of your life. Everyone could be love of your life. Enjoy. Enjoy. Pass by the garden, enjoy the flowers and enjoy the trees. And if there's any hanging fruit is inviting, take a bite. You don't have to own the tree. Just take a bite. And eventually, if that's the right bite and the right tree, the tree will follow you and you will have a certain kind of a awareness about it. Otherwise, keep looking for it. When you keep looking for it, but you don't know what you're looking for, you will never be satisfied from looking. You think, I gotta look here and I gotta look there. What about if there? Maybe I found something here. Nah, maybe there's better over there. So you'll be getting used to keep looking. That becomes your habit. I have to keep looking. And that's where you are. You're trying to find a certain echelon, the best of the best. For that reason, because there is no such thing, you will never find it. You will always be looking and you'll be frustrated. I'm saying don't look for anything. Live. You say, but I'm scared of dying alone, like how so many people do in Scandinavia. Why are you comparing yourself to some other people's situations? Hmm? You're not in Scandinavia. You're in Manchester. Or you can be in Scandinavia, but doesn't mean it's you that living like them or thinking like them. We all die alone. Nobody dies with us, you know? So, and what the fuck is wrong with you? They're thinking about dying at age 30 or so, 30, 32. Why do you have to think about it? Dying will come by itself anyhow. No need to encourage it. No need to think about it. Think about living. Your problem is you're worried about dying, which is, again, you're trying to turn the impermanent life to permanent. So that brings worriness about dying. Dying sometime is going to happen and we're not going to be aware of it. And sometimes it will, so we're so old that we can see it's coming. But that's not now. You're not supposed to be thinking about dying. You're supposed to be thinking about living, because that's the state that you're in. You should be thinking about the state that you are in. Are you dying? No. But the fear of dying, it means you love life so much. And loving something so much brings the fear of losing it. So keep on focusing how much you love life and forget about focusing what is not here. And God willing, it won't be here for a long time. Being afraid of it is going to paralyze you for something that doesn't exist. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm home alone and I'm afraid maybe there's a I don't know, a wild animal outside in the yard, or maybe a thief, a robber, or somebody kind of come and break into my house." Well, you're going to be fearful because you created something that doesn't exist, but you're worried about what if. So I'm saying, forget the what ifs, forget about the dying time, forget about the somebody breaking into your home. The doors are closed, the lights are on, nobody's there. Take it for the fact what it is that you're experiencing. You're not dying, are you? So why should we think about it? Think about living, the plans that you have. When you die, you die. We can't help that. But no sense worrying about it. Hmm? So, you got to kind of be a little bit kind to yourself and stop bullshit of allowing your intrusive thoughts go on. Just because something comes to your brain doesn't mean that you got to follow it or believe it. Brain, your amygdala, anxiety, worrying about future, you've been like this for the few years. Worrying for nothing. Stop worrying. Live in the moment, this very moment. What's bothering you right now? Nothing. You have food, you're in a great place, and instead of enjoying your thinking about dying. I'm saying think about all the wonderful things around you, the little things, the tea, the friends, the girl that you don't like, and the girl that you do like, and the things that you're looking for and things that you're not looking for. Just focus on that stuff. The rest of it is bullshit, is your brain masturbating by itself. And stop that. Don't believe your brain and don't give a damn about what it thinks. Brain is crazy. Don't follow your brain. Follow your awareness. All right. 34. You look like 26. Go grow up. Don't waste your time. Life is faster than that. Don't waste your time. There will be a time you'll say, oh shit, I wasted my time worrying about what? You say, oh, I'm 70-year-old now. 70-year-old, and I was 34, and I'll just keep worrying about now, which you shouldn't be worried about then either. Just live your life. We're not in control of anything. So stop trying to control life. Just do your best in the moment, what you know you should do, and that's it. The rest of it, we can't guarantee anything. So stop trying to bring that security for sure, certainty. Live with uncertainty. Do your best, live with uncertainty. Don't expect things to be certain. Fuck it. Just do your best. That's all. Don't expect so much from yourself. Who do you think you are? All right. Relaxing White says, first, let me relax a little bit with tea. Very good. So, 33 male USA says, my ex-GF is dating a new guy. All right. The guy is crazy drug dealer and is feeding her drug addiction. I'm scared she will die. Should I try to fight the guy or try to talk to her to get her back? Look, everybody has their choices. You're not responsible for her. You want to prove that you're a better guy because you care about her. You cannot care about her more than she cares about herself. If she cannot see that, if she's made the wrong choices of getting into drugs and hanging around the guy that is in the drug dealer or whatever, that obviously is not doing her a service, it's her decision. You can talk to her. Don't confront the guy. It's not your business. It's her decision. And she's not with you. It's X. Yeah? All right. She had her chance. She had her choice. If she doesn't have the brain capacity and the wisdom to choose a man of clear life and clean life, and instead she's gone into that kind of a lifestyle, it's not your responsibility. You may try once. Talk to her on the phone without referring anything to the guy. None. Just about her and her life, and give a few maybe words that you think you want to give her, and help her to see the future of this kind of lifestyle once. And if she is not ready for it, she's not willing to accept it, you have no responsibility. If you know her parents, you can call her parents and say, well, look, I tried to talk to her about certain hazards. I'm not sure, but I think she's getting involved with some people who could be in such lifestyle. And I care about her enough to want to let you know if you can help her. That's it. And pull out, go about your life. You're not responsible for her. If she cannot see it, it's her problem. And with that kind of a stupid person who prefers that kind of a lifestyle, you don't want to have anything to do with her anyhow. I know you like her and all that, but what is it to like? This is what's going to set the tone of your relationship. If her consciousness is not working well enough to choose that kind of a behavior, that's going to be trouble for you all your life. Or you're going to deal with a girlfriend who's drug addict. It's not going to be easy life. Huh? So maybe out of goodness of your heart, you want to. I don't think you should, because she's old enough. She makes her own decisions. She had her choice to be with you and her chance. She didn't take it, or somehow she went to where she went. You can help her by explaining some things, and that's the end of it. And further, maybe to her parents, if you know them well. And that's the end of it. Pull out and go about your business. And Sid says, thank you, General. So awesome to get these inputs. They put me back on track. They better. Otherwise, you're going to meet my ugly stick. You know that, right? So you guys better take good care of yourselves. Stop this bullshit of, fearful future and all that shit. There is no future. There is no past. It's right now, today. Enjoy it. Do your best at this very moment. And whatever it will be, it will be. Just make good decisions. In other words, don't do things that later on you have to sort them through. Do your best before you make a decision. And then make a decision that is most useful and logical. And then see the fruits that it will bear, or the consequences would be at least manageable. Column says, hi, Maran, 27 from England. Says, hope you're doing well lately. Thank you. Says, your channel has helped me learn about irrelevant, intrusive thoughts and that our vetoes and choices are what makes us who we are. True, absolutely. And Sagauta, oh my goodness, where have you been? Says, I'm here. Good to see you, Sagauta. How's your hand? Is it healed okay? And Sagauta says, how are you, teacher? Well, thank you very much. Good. I'm glad that you're here, and hopefully your business is good, your music is good, and everything is doing good for you. All right. We caught up. Looks like we answered all the questions. All right, there's no more use for me. All right. I wonder, why is it that we have so very little number of participants? We have only 4 people here watching. What's going on? Is this channel not needed anymore? Honestly. You mean in this whole wide world, we're not visible at all, that we have a live stream and the topic is something that everybody actually is challenged with, possibly, and trying to figure it out? Is there any better way to promote our channel or our live stream? Is there anything I'm doing wrong as far as, I don't know what else, how else can people know that we're here? Yesa Kabi is here. Says, hi, sir. It's been a month since breakup. How do I know when I have already moved on? It's like saying, I'm at the stop sign. How do I know that my car is moving? When you bloody well let go the brake and push on the gas and the light is green. So the light is green. You can go, but you're not pulling your foot off the brake and you're not applying the gas pedal. That's your choice. So it's not about you got to wait to see if you've moved on. It's not going to come, a move on angel is going to come and grab you and move you on. So you're waiting for that. No, moving on is up to you. You live your life, create new mechanical processes for your life, meaning create new interests, new things that you want to do during your day, new friends, new activities, new hobbies, new interests, new things you want to learn and accomplish. Then you will create a new routine, a new order in life. And in that new order, your mind finds security and you'll find contentment. And in that way, you will not keep going into the memory to find the old order which you are used to, and then mind tries to find security in that old order in the memory. When you create a new order for you in real life, then your mind wouldn't go into the memory try to find security, because mind finds security in the order of life. When you break up, the order of life is broken because this routine that you had created was made by 2 people, you and her. Now that is broken, the routine is broken, therefore the order of life is broken, and the mind finds its security in the order of life, so it doesn't have an order of life in the real day-to-day life. It can't find security there, but it knows in the memory the old way of life when you were with her is there. So it goes in there, and the brain cannot tell virtuality and actuality. So in the memory, it thinks that is now safe because the order, the memory in the order is in the memory, is the same as before. So it feels secure. So it stays there. While staying there, it keeps seeing your girlfriend because girlfriend was part of that whole memory, order of life. And then you start missing her. Why? Because the file that represents how desire is born, there are certain prerequisites for desire to be born. When you are there and you keep seeing her in the memory, the desire file, the prerequisite for desire, also are recorded in your memory. When you see her, that triggers the opening of that file. And the things that needs for desire to be born is already there, and they're just triggered open, and then you desire her. So the key for you is to get out of that memory. How? By creating new mechanical processes, new activities during the day. Through new activities during the day, you create a new routine, new order in real life. So your mind finds security in this order that you have newly created in real life by the things that you do now, new things that you do now. And then it won't go into the memory. It won't go into the memory. You won't see her. The trigger for the desire to be recreated is not going to be triggered, and therefore you won't miss her. So your problem is that you haven't done anything to create a new routine, a new order. That's why you're not moving on. All right. Having said that, let's go to, that's it. We have Blake says, 22 male Estonia says, I'm moving on from 3-year-old relationship is not pursuing relationship for a while normal. Yeah, of course it is. To pursue career, yeah, absolutely. Or should I still invest some of my, well, let's see, if it comes out, it comes out. You know, try to create a certain interest for yourself about your career, but even your efforts for having a better career and advance your career is also not so visibly, but incognito, is an effort you're making to get girls, because girls like security. So if you have a good career, that will also be a new enticement for the girls. I mean, you'll be more in demand when the girl that you may be interested in, or they look at you, they get to know that you have a good job. Women like to know that they're going to be provided for, even though in this day and age they can provide for themselves in most cases, but they still like someone who's capable. So focusing on your career can never go wrong. And in fact, while you're focusing on your career, you're also focusing on your future relationship, because that is one of the ingredients is necessary to attract more and more qualified girls for yourself. So by focusing on your career, you're not abandoning looking for girls. You're actually enhancing it through a different tangent, and that's perfectly fine. And when you're in the mood, you actually make the move of actually using your efforts in a more direct way to establish a new relationship. But in the meantime, you don't feel like it, don't have to, and it's perfectly normal. Focus on in fact, it's better to focus on your career and get the money, and then there'll be more, you'll have, they'll be more interested in you, because that's another credentials that you're adding to your profile. Yeah. So like you're this, you're that, and nice person, decent, reliable and kind and whatever, and also has money, you know? So, perfectly fine. Aman says, I feel like I can't make girl feel anything for me like the way other guys make them because you're constantly thinking about what other guys do. I'm saying stop thinking about what other guys do for this or that girl. Just see whatever you want to do for this. Not that you have to. What you want to do for this or that girl. And if they happen to resonate on the same wavelength, they'll be attracted to you. If not, let them go. This is how it works. You keep getting to know girls and they do pay attention or they don't. That's a way for you to judge, should I continue with this girl or not? If they're not interested, well, okay, next. Instead of constantly saying, oh, it seems like I can't get them. You're not supposed to get them pay attention to you. You're supposed to just interact and see if they have natural attraction to you or not. If they do, great, you continue. If they don't, you let them go. Next, just be friend with them. But don't try to make someone who doesn't have that interest in you, but you think she should because you want her, and you constantly push on that, which is the waste of your time. You should have more respect for yourself, that I am this person, I am this character, and I'm looking for someone that actually she resonates with my character, rather than thinking the one that I want, it must work and I have to keep pushing, and if she doesn't, I'm going to be sad. No, it's a free world. Some people like me, some people don't. That's okay. I just try to understand which ones there is no progress in it, and I move on to the next, rather than hanging on to say, oh no, I got this one, so maybe I should make some. No, let them go. If they're not adhering to your principles or to your expectations, and they're not trying their best as you're trying, that's the time to let it go. The next, and the next, and the next. You don't have to be, you don't have to appeal to every girl. And expecting that from yourself, it just makes you feel depressed. And that's unreasonable. You should have certain characteristics and certain standards and expectations. If they meet it, you give them a chance. If they don't comply, you move on, because it means they also have a say in that. If they don't like you, that's fine. If they don't pay attention to you enough, that's okay. But that doesn't determine who you are and how much worthy or unworthy you are because somebody did or did not pay attention to you. You need to get that need to be liked and to be proven that you're a good person out of your head. You are a good person. You're a nice person. I know that. So you should focus on that and offer it to the right person, not to everyone right off the bat. Oh, I love you, you're a girl, and I perfectly love you. You're great. No. See what the fuck is all about with her. If she is worthy or not. You constantly focus on if I'm worthy. Why don't you focus on if they're worthy? And have a little bit more respect for yourself. That gives you a little bit of a character, rather than just being all out. What do you want from me? My heart? What else? No. Have a little respect for yourself and qualify them. If they don't pay enough attention, move on. Don't keep lingering there, then that brings anxiety to you. It'll all work out. There are many girls in this world that they will like you. You just haven't met them. So it's a process. This one, no, next. This one, no, next. This one, no, next. 100,000, I don't care. Until you find the one that is willingly paying attention to you. That's the one you invest more. You're giving everything you got to everybody, and therefore you get tired of this giving because you're giving it to the wrong person. It's like you take your shoes to a butcher, say, okay, here's $5, fix my shoes. And next day you say the shoes the same. And you go to the grocery store, say, okay, fix my shoes. Well, you're giving the job and the money to fix your shoes to the wrong places. Go find a cobbler, a shoemaker, and then ask him to fix your shoes. Any girl you see, you say, oh, that's perfect. You give everything you got to her, and you wonder why she doesn't reciprocate. Because that was a wrong girl. First, see if they have enough reaction, positive reaction towards you. Then you start doing special things for them. Right off the bat. Oh, hello, here's my gift to you. That's pretty much how you do. And that obviously is, oh, I'm getting a gift for nothing. That guy must be just a loser, desperate. It's all a game. Otherwise, there's nothing so important or special about them. You make them special about them in your mind. You make them seem special to you in your mind. You give them that power. But by themselves, they haven't proven anything to you other than looking good. It's a girl, that's it. See what she offers, and then things will change. Have a respect for yourself. Hifi says, hello, would you be willing to answer a couple of HOCD questions? I know this format isn't for that, but I have a couple of questions. Well, if there are short questions, yes, why not? If they're long ones, then you can either watch the videos that I have. There's like maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 700 videos on OCDs and OCD subsets, including HOCD. Or you can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, www.mindthatseekstruth.com, and you make an appointment for a Skype chat, and we'll discuss it one on one, what's concerning you on Skype. And Blake says, I appreciate your help, Mehran. Your perspective is certainly of value. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Delighted that live streams and videos are helpful to you. Blake says, oh, just hang on. Aman says, how to break my comfort zone from depression from every side and courage to see the OCD therapist. I have money but lack courage. Courage to see a therapist? What courage do you need? He or she is going to help you. What courage? Why do you have to not go see them? What do you think it needs courage to go see them? You creating something out of your head. Are you a psychologist? So why do you call yourself you have depression? Do you? Do you hang around home, do nothing, no exercise, no nothing? There may still be lack of enthusiasm for workout. Go start something you like and don't expect to be good at it before you do it. Just go do slow things, small things, and get better. And maybe go to the gym, get a coach, and have these activities create more oxytocin, serotonin, and all these necessary neurotransmitters, dopamine when you exercise, and you feel better. And at the same time, do it lightly, gently, start working into it rather than doing a heavy workout. Just do to get situated, to know how this sport works, and other sports that you like creates lots of dopamine in you and hopefulness and assurances because you're doing things and you feel confident instead of sitting around hoping confidence will come to you by way of thinking this way or that way. No, do something about yourself, build your body a little bit stronger, and do the things that you like. Be good at some sports that you like, and meet with your psychologist and therapist and work on yourself. There's nothing that you can't do. You put your head into it, you put your mind into it, there's nothing you can't do in this world. And stop labeling yourself, I have this, I have that, this is why I don't go. Blah, blah, blah. Just build something out of yourself. Go get a coach, do small workouts, get used to going to the gym, get a therapist, learn things you want to learn, get active in the sports that you like, and create that energy that you're looking for rather than waiting for it to pass. Oh, that's the energy, I grab it. No, build that energy. All right. Blake says 22 male Estonia. I have one more question, if this is okay. Sure. Says, I wonder if it's normal to ask a new partner for STD test before being intimate. My friends seem to not do that. Am I too cautious? No, that's perfectly fine. And you simply, at the proper moment, when you guys get close enough and talk about things, say, well, I think we're very interested in each other to have a great experience without any backdrop of any kind of concern. I think both of us would need to be um, contributing to that state of balance and comfort by having a blood test, both of us, to make sure that we don't have to, if there's something that we should take care of before, getting more intimate. What do you think about it? Of course, I don't mean to be disrespectful. This is just the way these days are because, who knows? I could have caught something without knowing. You could have caught something. These are not anything about bad or right or wrong. It's just that we need to be, you know, helpful to protect each other's uh, health. And that's what I'm suggesting that. Something like that. Not that long, maybe shorter than that. But if she's not fine with it, then that's not a right mentality because it's a logical question to ask these days. It's not like 100 years ago when hardly people would have sex before marriage, so there was pretty much less chance of any such the way it is today. Sex is so easy, everybody's having sex, and so these sort of biological uh, things could happen. So having or requesting a blood test is very good idea. So Hifi699 says, okay, just one quick and here then I'll make an appointment. I'm straight and plan on living that way. How do I get past the urges that seems HOCD bring up, especially when they feel real? Well, this is a common question about HOCD. This is how HOCD behaves. You have to first understand what HOCD is. Instead of thinking that what HOCD make you feel, it's something that you need to pay attention or take it serious or as fact. HOCD is a malfunction in a signaling system of the brain. In other words, it sends amygdala sends danger signals about something that you're against and is not in line with your values. It sends danger signals when there's no such danger. But the brain, not knowing the difference between virtual and actual, it takes that signal and acts on it. Either creates anxiety, creates fear, or makes you think that the actual signal is got merits. Because when the signal of danger that doesn't exist is sent, prefrontal cortex says, well, there is no narrative to this signal, but there must be something because amygdala sent it. And since there's nothing, I'm going to make up something for it based on what this person is most fearful or dislikes or it's against or it's not in his value. What is that? The sexual stuff. So it sends a narrative to meet the signal that of the danger that doesn't exist. And then you take that narrative that prefrontal cortex created and you use it as an evidence that the signal of danger was correct. But instead, you got to understand that there are elements involved. Overactiveness of amygdala creating these kind of dangers, the things that knows you're not all about, so brings that to your attentions more often than it should. So you will be, it's like trying to protect you by helping you to be aware and alert of something that you don't want. Therefore, it keeps bringing it up. And that putting it under the projector makes you think that there must be something, because why is it here? It's here because it's trying to alarm you. It's overactive alarming. It's the alarm that there's nothing happening, but the alarm keeps going on. It's like in the World War II, when the bombers were coming over, let's say London, and the sirens would go on. And as soon as people would hear the sirens, the curtains would pull, the lights would be turned off, and the whole town would go dark. Why? Because the siren was heard. But sometimes there would be no planes, sirens would go up, but there would be no bombers. It just went up. But people still turn lights off, pull the curtains. But there was no bombers. But because the siren keeps going on, the activity in the people is the same as if the bombers are there. Same thing, amygdala sends a signal out of place, but the brain treats it as if it's real, and prefrontal cortex makes a narrative, and so on and so forth. That's the amygdala part, so to speak, in short. Then there's another element in basal ganglia, midbrain. There is a place called the striatum. Striatum, there are three things in there, among other things. Goal finding center is there, reward center is there, and habit center is there. In there, also, there is a lever called caudate nucleus. Caudate nucleus is designed to automatically shut down the intrusive thoughts based on your gender, your values, what's sacred to you, what you hold important to you, your principles. But when caudate nucleus malfunctions, when the intrusive thought shows up, which intrusive thought, by the way, shows up in every single human being's brain. But in the non-OCD brains, when intrusive thoughts shows up, they say, oh, that was nasty thought, depending on whatever is nasty to them. And then caudate nucleus shuts it down, and then you go about your business. Done. In OCD brain, the caudate nucleus is malfunctioning. It's like an automatic gear of an automobile that is supposed to go to a certain speed and change gear automatically. But when the automatic gear doesn't work, it just goes, it doesn't change the gear. So in OCD brains, when intrusive thoughts show up, it's supposed to, caudate nucleus is supposed to shut it down. When it's malfunctioning, it doesn't shut it down. Because it doesn't shut it down, the thought remain. It doesn't dissipate. It's hanging around, hovering. And then the sufferer thinks, oh, because it's not going around, it must mean something. It must have a message. I must be now a different gender because it suggested that, and it's not going away. Well, it's not that you're changing any shape or form. Is that the lever that is supposed to automatically shut down the intrusive thoughts after you initially notice it is not working well. It's like those danger signals that are being sent by the amygdala. So in order for that, you need to understand how HOCD works and understand all these and create a certain kind of a behavior toward these thoughts, how to deal with them, and then rewire your brain to manually get the caudate nucleus doing what it does. You do it for it. And after a while, it clicks back into its automatic field, and then you have rewired your brain through neuroplasticity, which is how you react to these thoughts, and then you go on about your business, and you'll understand what this is all about. You won't freak out the next time. And if it ever shows up again, you know what it is, so you won't, be frightened, and you know how to deal with it. And that's one of the glitches that this brain has. Because realize we didn't have this brain until 40,000 years ago. For millions of years, we lived the way we lived with instinct, like animals did. We ran, we hunt, we slept, we had sex. We had no deviation because we had no ability to think. There was no thinking ability, there was no speaking ability. Therefore, we were not thinking about anything. There was no intrusive thoughts because the thinking ability wasn't there. Thoughts are the roots of all problems. Since we have had this brain, sophisticated brain, since 40,000 years ago, then the problems, many psychological problems started because the roots of most psychological problems is in thinking, in thoughts. And those thoughts are coming from the ingredients that have been lodged into consciousness, which comes from all kinds of things that is available in the universe, in our world, and the brain gets to become aware of it through the mediums and books and videos and movies and lifestyles and activities of people's different things, that you become aware of existence of all these things in the world, and those informations are stored in the consciousness, and from consciousness thoughts are being created by the brain, and that's its job. 80,000-90,000 thoughts a day. It's created. None of them you're responsible. So you got to understand how this whole mechanism works. Then you understand that HOCD is just a distraction and bullshit that is just making people feel miserable, and then learn by educating yourself how to deal with it, how to manage it, and help yourself become stronger as far as the movement of the psyche is concerned. I hope that answers your question. Hifi699. And anything further, you're welcome to go on my site, make an appointment, and then for a new client, for 1 hour appointment, I will add another 30 minutes on me, so we won't have to rush. Blake says, I'm grateful for your support, Meron. You're quite welcome. My pleasure. HIFI699 says, thank you. You're quite welcome. And Relaxing White says, 33 male USA says, how do I detach my feelings from my ex-girlfriend even though I know she's no good for me? Other than the fact that she did drugs, she was very manipulative. I only put up with her because she was attractive. Yes, that's your clue to get away from her. Because someone who's attractive but has got a dumb brain or wants to manipulate you, you'll never have a decent, balanced life with her. And that's a quality of the brain that you should focus on, not the quality of her aesthetics. Because we men are visual. We see something pretty with high heels and good looking, we think she's qualified in every way, but they're not, because what makes them tick is not how they look. It's the computer here. What's the content of the consciousness that makes them tick? And that is the problem, which most of us men don't notice it because we're so overwhelmed with the beauty and sexuality of a woman that we don't go any further. We say, because pleasure for us is a solution for everything, which is not, of course. This is the misconception that we think pleasure is solution to challenges that we have in life, whatever it may be, self-esteem, money, success, accomplishments. We try to replace all that with pleasure, thinking pleasure is success, pleasure is accomplishment, pleasure is having money, pleasure is getting rid of all the challenges, pleasure is getting rid of all the misfortunes. We substitute and seek pleasure in order to solve problems that we haven't been able to deal with. And that's the problem. So be aware of this and don't follow her. Let her go. You're not responsible for it. And just, in other words, start thinking with this, not that. See, the short way of saying the long way. All right. Aman, all these questions that you ask, I've answered in videos and also many, many times on these live streams. Please refer to them if you wouldn't mind. Otherwise, just waste the time. Keep saying it again. Aman says he's taking antidepressant and prescription is okay. Aman, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I cannot make comments on that. You ask that from your doctor, from your psychologists. Says, does it make me addicted? Does it have any side effects? Well, these are things, again, you got to research yourself and ask your psychologist or doctor and have them explain to you if it can make you addictive, if it does affect you, or is it better to try to learn and educate yourself about it, and at what situation it would be necessary to take medicine, or are you in that situation or not? These are the assessments that your doctor can do. I'm not a doctor and I can't discuss that with you. Yeah, all those questions you ask your doctor, Aman, they would know better. Blake says we are not happy because we don't allow ourselves to be happy. True. You think there should be prerequisites for you to be happy. You can create happiness on small things, and most human beings have based the reason for their happiness to be big things. A new job or promotion or car or a house or a new place. All that happens maybe once in every many years. So that means you'll be happy over once, a few times over many years. But if you focus and base your happiness on small things, a cup of tea, a place to sleep, something to eat, little things, something to drink, then your happiness is constant, many things. And then that will fuel you to go for bigger steps and accomplish important tasks rather than waiting to be happy first by something big and amazing happen to you before you step forward and accomplish other things. Base it on small things, you'll be happy all the time, and that will fuel you to achieve bigger and better things. All right, guys, it looks to me that it's 1 hour and 11 minutes. It's time for me to hit the road and go for a long walk by the ocean and then go uphill battle for cardio and enjoy the sun a little bit and maybe make some other trimmings of these live streams for you guys. I hope that you guys will be kind enough to promote this channel in your social medias, talk about it, and help people to know that we're here so we can help about their concerns in relationship, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, OCD, OCD subsets, and so on, to be helpful. And at the same time, people will get to know where support is all focused at on this channel. And Blake says, yes, indeed, sir. Have a great walk. Oh, thank you very much, guys. So this is the time that I'll say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I look forward to our next live stream. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon. Well, we too, like the iceberg, have 1,000 times bigger powers that is not visible, and we must. Why? Is it something we're rambling on and I expect you to accept it? Or is there actually another power within us? Would you come and help me out? Okay. What I want you to do is put your hands underneath my arms and just lift me up. There we go. Okay, now, that's my physical part, right?
Same thing. Again, with just want to see if there's any difference. Go ahead. Now, go ahead. Now, this, go ahead when you're ready.
Go ahead.
So you see, this is different than what he was doing, and I'm not really doing anything. You convinced?
Yeah.
So are you guys convinced that there is something other than, thank you. Thank you very much.